Hey guys, it's Ange here and I'm back for my 11-week pregnancy update. So this week the baby has transformed into the size of a Brussels sprout and it's now weighing about 7.5 grams. So it's actually doing lots of different things in the placenta at the moment. So it's wiggling, bouncing around, doing somersaults, but it's also practicing its breathing skills by swallowing its fluid, peeing it back out and then swallowing it again, which is kind of a bit gross, but it's actually a life, skill that they actually do need to learn. So that's awesome. Now with my symptoms and everything this week, my symptoms have actually died off. I don't feel queasy anymore. I don't have the sore breasts. The only thing I do have is that I need to eat every 3 hours still. So if I don't eat every 3 hours, that's when I start feeling sick. So that is, a plus. So with this week with my weight, I'm actually down 1 kilo. So, which is my doctor is very pleased about everything like that. But I do want to address the whole weight issue with everybody who's viewing my vlogs and everything like that, because I have had a couple of comments coming to me saying that, or just asking why I'm on why am I trying to lose weight while I'm pregnant. It's not very healthy to lose weight while you're pregnant and all those other stuff. So I just want to quickly go back and just say why I want to lose weight and everything like that. So as most of you guys know, I do have PCOS, which means that I do gain weight really, really quickly, and I basically hold on to that weight, and it's really, really hard for me to lose that weight once I gain it. Now, it's actually coming from my doctor, the reason, my doctor is saying that she doesn't want me to gain any weight within my first trimester. She would actually like me to lose the weight in my first trimester, just because I'm actually a really small person. I'm only 154 centimeters or 5'1". And I'm actually classified as overweight for my height. So that's the main reason why I need to, be careful about my weight gain and everything like that. But she said, obviously my second trimester and my third trimester, I'm more than happy. She's more than happy for me to, put weight on. So she only wants me to put about 5 to 8 kilos on within my whole pregnancy, which is going to be very hard to do, especially in the last couple of months, because I hear that people just put on a lot of weight for the baby to feed off and everything like that. But I am going to try my best to stick by my doctor's orders and not put very much weight on, and that's actually coming from my doctor and my obstetrician. So there's actually 2 people it's coming from, not just myself or anything like that. So I'm actually getting monitored really closely by my doctor to make sure that my baby stays healthy and I stay healthy while I'm trying to lose this weight and everything like that. So I just want to clear that up this quickly and everything like that. So, and I'm actually not denying myself any food. If I actually want something, I do eat it. I just eat a smaller portion of that thing. So like tonight, me and my husband are going out for ice cream because I've been feeling like ice cream all week, and ice cream is my biggest downfall. Like I would eat ice cream every single day of the week if it's inside the house. So that's one thing I did take out of my diet. So I've taken all ice creams out of the freezer and everything like that. And me and my husband only go out once a week to get ice cream from like Baskin & Robbins or something like that. So I hope everyone now understands where I'm coming from with my weight issue and everything like that. So I'm definitely not neglecting my baby. I want to keep my baby 100% healthy, and I want to make sure that it's growing, on track and everything like that. So that's just that. Now talking about food and cravings and everything like that, I did mention in my week 9 vlog, I think, that I've been craving like ice slushies and snow cones and things like that. Now here in where I live, there's the soft served slushies from like 7-Eleven and things like that, and the frozen cokes and things like that I can get very, very easily, but I actually don't like those sort of like slushy things like that. So I like those, the icy ones, which it's actually about a 10-15 minute drive, so it's not too hard to get, but it's basically out of the way. So what I have been craving, eating and everything like that this week is something very similar, which is like these icy poles that pretty much once it gets all melted down and things like that becomes very much like the ice slushy and things like that. So these are called Super Dupers in Australia, and I basically have bought a packet of, I think it was 40 or 50 for about $5, and that has been pretty much my saving grace this week of, I'm pretty much eating them the whole time. Another thing with my pregnancy this week is that I've actually had a pretty scary week in the sense of my medical history and things like that. So I actually work in childcare and I had a scare with a little boy that came in that he was developing spots, and they actually thought he had chickenpox. So because my mum and my family actually don't know that I'm pregnant, I couldn't ring up my mum and things like that to ask if I had chickenpox, because I actually don't know I'm pregnant yet. I'm not planning to tell them until after my 12-week scan, which is tomorrow. And so I actually had to ring my doctor up and basically explain my situation, saying that I don't know if I had chickenpox, you know, what's the chances of, you know, the risks and everything like that for now, me and my baby. She said basically just come on in, get a blood test done, and we'll basically go from there, because she didn't want to tell me too much over the phone and everything like that. So I went in for a blood test. The results came in 24 hours saying that I actually have got immunity to chickenpox. So I must have had it while I was a baby or young child, and I just can't remember having them. Which that means that even though I did hold this little boy who has got chickenpox, there's very, very a low risk that I'm going to get it and my baby will be fine, because I have got, you know, immunity to it, and you know, he or she is in my, you know, my uterus and in their placenta, in their own little, you know, cocoony bubble. So that was also good. Another scary thing is that I actually woke up on Thursday morning, so 3 days ago, with a lot of blood. So I went to the bathroom, I, you know, wiped and everything like that, and I saw clotting and blood, which just brought back all the memories from my miscarriage with Kelsey back in March. Once I saw this, I started crying, I started getting really emotional, really anxious, and I pretty much just started losing the plot. My husband was just like, you need to calm down, you don't really know what's happening, you just need to, you know, just relax, which was really hard to do. So I basically phoned my boss, told her I wasn't coming into work today. She was really understanding and actually rostered me off for Thursday and Friday, and I didn't have to, and I actually got Monday off because I'm going my 12-week scan, which I'll go into detail a bit later. And she just said, enjoy your long weekend, rest up, and just give me some updates and let me know, you know, how you're going with everything, and make sure the baby's okay and everything like that. So she was really, really good. I dropped my husband off at work because he actually couldn't come with me to the doctor's because he's a boss at his work and he couldn't get the time off. And so I drove him to work, and I drove straight to the doctor's surgery. Now, the doctor's surgery, I got there at 7:30. They didn't open until 8 o'clock in the morning. So I just basically sat in my car, waited till I saw the reception lady, and then went straight in and said, hey, I need to see somebody. You know, can I see my doctor, please? You know, this is what's happening. This is what happened previously. And she was like, yep, that's fine. Take a seat and I'll, you know, get you in to see your doctor as soon as possible. So my doctor arrived about 8, and she got me in about 10 past 8. She was in seeing me. She basically said, I'll send you off for a blood test. I'll send you off for an emergency ultrasound, and we'll basically go from there and see what's going on, what's wrong with your baby, if everything is wrong, and see why you're bleeding and everything like that. So I was able to get into an ultrasound appointment at 10 o'clock. And so obviously by this stage, it's been 4 hours that passed by, and I was just a complete mess. So once I got into the ultrasound room, the lady could see how anxious and just upset I was. And she tried to calm me down by talking to me, but obviously whatever she was saying, I wasn't sinking in, and I was just needing to see if my baby had a heartbeat and it was okay. Thankfully, when she put the probe on my stomach, I saw the baby wiggling, moving, and I said, does it have a heartbeat? And she goes, yes, it has a heartbeat. Now, it actually has a heartbeat of 156 beats per minute, and it's measuring right on, you know, spot on for my dates and everything like that, which I was just so grateful and so relieved. But then my next, you know, so my relief came off saying that, yes, my baby's healthy and it's got, you know, a heartbeat. Then my next concern was, but why am I bleeding? So the next thing was, she was like, oh, I'll get you I'll get you a few photos and everything like that, which I'll show you in a second. But then I was like, I don't want to know about the photos. I just want to know, why am I bleeding, and is it going to be okay? Is my baby going to be okay? Why am I bleeding? And so she was like, she could tell I was getting more anxious about why I was bleeding then. So she said, okay, then I'll stop with the photos. I'll come back to that in a second, and I will try, you know, see why you're bleeding. So she ended up finding out that I actually had a blood clot on my uterus that actually burst, and that's the reason why I've bled and everything like that. So she said there's still a little bit more blood there that needs to come out, so you will be bleeding for the next, you know, day or so, but it shouldn't be very heavy. If it does get heavy, make sure you go back to your doctor or go back to the hospital and, you know, make sure that everything's okay. And then she basically suggested that I would go back for another ultrasound on Monday just to make sure that everything's okay, which thankfully I actually have an ultrasound already booked for my 12-week scan tomorrow. So that is basically it was basically a big relief off my system. And my doctor actually said that, you know, blood clots in pregnancy, it's very, very normal, and, you know, it would have been there from when, you know, we conceived and the baby implanted, and it's taking this long to actually come away, which was just basically the best news we had all day. So I'll show you some photos which I got. So the lady actually went back after she was able to, you know, tell me, you know, what was wrong and everything like that. She went back and took some more photos for me and was able to show me the baby and all the different things, because obviously I calmed down a whole heap by that stage. So I'll show you guys like 3 of the photos. So as you can see, there's a little baby there, if you can see that. And there's another picture. And there's the last one there. So that one's a very clear one, and so is this one here in the middle. And so that's basically all my news for this week. Is actually very eventful, and tomorrow I'm actually going for another ultrasound. So they're going to check my bleed, check for Down syndrome, and just make sure that the baby's all 100% healthy and everything like that. So I find out those results back on Tuesday afternoon at 5 when I go back to my doctor, and that should be, you know, once we find out everything's all right, we're actually going to start telling people that we are pregnant. So at the moment, there's not very many people that know we are pregnant. So I've told my my bosses at work, the 2 ladies I work with, and I'm pretty sure John has told his boss and one of his friends. So there's basically only 6 people that know that we are pregnant at this current point of time. And we just can't really wait to, you know, share our news with everybody, especially my parents, because obviously my granddad just passed away just not long ago, and my nana has this feeling of someone's pregnant but she doesn't know who, and I've been keeping very much the download of everything like that. So that's it for this week, and I'll be sure to update you guys next week on obviously how my bleeding's going, how it's easing up and everything like that, how it looks on the ultrasound, and especially how the baby's looking on the ultrasound as well. So I'll show you my belly now, and I will talk to you guys next week. So this is my 11-week belly. So this is from the front, from the side, and from the other side. Okay, bye guys.